you just go ahead and get started? Okay, cool. Yeah, guys, I'll kind of open up and share my story. Again, since my place, Malik, we'll have him introduce himself and kind of share his story. Why he's excited, guys. We have our special guest here today, Luke Kish, who I was introduced to throughout the course of the summer, this previous summer. He's doing very well in the business. He currently has the fastest moving account the company has ever seen. So, I've learned really everything I know from him, which is cool. I was fortunate enough to spend a lot of time with him this summer and just kind of pick his brain for everything he knows. And then Brad Alcazar, who Kish, again, knows very well. He's soon to be the #1 income in the company, which is crazy. He's out here to work with us just because we're moving so fast. But yeah, guys, I was introduced to this whole concept, this idea behind making money, probably about 4.5 months ago, and I was skeptical as shit. I did so much, I was kind of being an asshole to these guys, to be quite honest. This kid and our mutual friend Andrew Yeager, if you guys know him, he's in DCOT here. I went to school with Luke. Wanted to introduce the opportunity to me. I guess saw potential in me, but I'm the kind of person, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So I kind of blew him off, and that's where I'm thankful that my mindset was changed, whichever day that kind of happened, just because my life's completely changed over the course of the last 4 months that I've been involved with this here. But I did a lot of research, guys. Probably enough research for everyone in this room, everyone that's new. Who is new, by the way? Just a show of hands. People that aren't in the business. Okay, cool. A few. And so that's where it all appealed so real to me. I was working a job, $8 an hour, for someone else, which I'm sure a lot of people in this room can relate to if you had a summer job. 9 out of 10 people don't like their job in that case scenario. And if you do, you probably feel like you're underpaid. So that's where, are you videotaping me, Chester?
I'm just taking a picture.
Taking a pic. And that's where it appealed to me because this guy, Luke, this guy, Andrew, and a few other kids were just hanging out in his basement every day, not clocking in for anyone. In this business, you're self-employed. You work with who you want, when you want, where you want. My favorite part now being that your income here, guys, is completely performance-driven. You work harder in this business, you will make more money. There's no cap like there is on that $8 an hour job, And so that's when it kind of clicked, and I figured I should do some research. It all seemed so appealing and real at that point, and I got to work. I've seen a lot of success over these past 4 months. You guys will probably think I've been in the business for longer than that. I just really chose to plug in the system we have that works every time. I've made it a priority in my life just because I can see what it can do for me. I've made close to $10,000. I have my BMW in the parking lot, which the company's paying for, which is sick. That's an incentive they offer. Luke has his. Malik is halfway to getting his, and Brian. These guys all fairly new. Yeah. And so more excited for where what the future holds. Really, I have a chance to be on route, I am on route to see a 6-figure income through this opportunity, this company, in 4 to 6 months, which is crazy. And at the point where I'm at, it's like there's nothing I won't do to get myself there. It'd be stupid not to. So that's where my priorities have completely realigned for the better, obviously. But with that being said, guys, keep an open mind. I clearly didn't when I was first introduced to the concept. Got in 4 weeks later than I wish I would have. But it's something that's never happened before, which is why a lot of people, you're skeptical, and we understand that. But that being said, I want to introduce Luke, and then we'll let Brad take it away. That's why he's here to help us.
Right, cool. Well, yeah, obviously Tyler is an absolute animal, and just being able to work with him here at the school will be a huge advantage. And we don't just say that. This kid knows it through and through. He's obviously dedicated, and he sees the big picture. I feel like, once we can get any of the newest person to understand the result that this can give you, everyone would pay the price. Brad did that for me the best. That's why I'm just going to share my story, and then we'll kind of lead him on in. But guys, I was introduced to this about 6 months ago. Like him, I was very skeptical, calling it a scam, scheme of pyramid, the whole 9 yards. Was talking shit, but I didn't know what I didn't know. My buddy got involved, did some research, checked it out, everything checked out, and was fortunate enough to go to the filming of this verve commercial, which we usually play at the beginning of our meetings. Basic commercial on this business, young people doing it, why they like it. Filmed in the Verve nightclub in the Phoenix Suns arena. Alright, so that boosted my belief in the company. I was like, alright, so it's garage. And then I saw these average kids just like this making too much money. And that was it. That's why I was like, look, they're doing it, it can be done, I'm going to do it. In the last 6 months, I've introduced it to 12 people personally. 7 took it seriously, worked through relationships and found kids like Tyler who shared the vision with me. And that's the reason I have about 850 active orders right now. Right around 1,025, you're at 6 figures. I'm 19 years old. My check last week was like $3,500. He didn't even share his. He was like over 2 G's last week, which is crazy after 4 months in the business. Not to brag, but hopefully open your mind up to the big picture. I mean, why I like this business, I don't like the job. Right, my old thing, I was working in landscaping. It's like, show up at 8 o'clock, you leave at 2 o'clock, you eat lunch from 12 to 12:30, I'll tell you how much money you can make. And looking back, it blows my mind why anyone would do that, because you just do not have to. You know, and this thing, dude, it's not a question of whether or not it's working. It's not up in the air. We got Jason Jensen over here from Myrtle Beach. He just hit executive, making, you know, $3,500 to $5,000 a month. Tyler Small, Star Platinum, Brad, he can share his numbers, you know. It's working, dude. I had 15 people in my group car qualify after 5 months. You know, and it's not just here, dude. It's all over the country, and it's happening fast. But you're in complete control over your situation, when you work, who you work with, and our favorite part, how much money you make. And you drop that nugget into someone's lap, dude. Hey, look, if you're ambitious and you hear, yeah, you're going to choose your money and it's worth it. Dude, it's over. That's it. It's a game where we sort through people. We find those people that like the way that sounds, and we work with them. Teach them to do what we're doing and build a fat-ass network, and through it, make a lot of money. But guys, we're excited. This is just the start of this. My group's adding about 150 kids a week. Why? Because it appeals to most of us. That being said, you know, our buddy Brad flew in from San Diego. I live about 30 minutes from him. He helped me see the big picture because, you know, I basically saw what this can do for you. You know, and once again, everyone could see the result. You would all make it a priority to get it done. You know, so that's where we're at. That being said, there's no one better to hear from. He's leading like the Young People Revolution, which is, you know, young people in this industry, which has never happened before. You know, you have Herbalife, Mary Kay, you run all these monster companies, but it's never happened with kids our age, and that's what makes it so unique. You know, so that makes it cool.
Well, I'm glad to be here. This is my first time at Penn State, so thanks for having me. I know you guys are, you know, putting a lot of time and effort into this, and so I'm glad to be here. Like I said, and first time really in PA, you know, and in the area. So I'm really looking forward to coming back a lot and doing a lot of work to help you guys make this work. But the biggest thing that I encourage people I meet and talk to just in general is have an open mind with it. You know, I think it's normal to be hesitant. You're like, I don't really understand it. I don't know what's going on. And I think, you know, that's the idea, is that if you have an open mind, he said, well, if you don't know what you don't know, then you can be missing out on something. And I think, you know, you'll take away from tonight is that it's working. Whether it's the right timing for you, that's your decision. Nobody's here to push you or make it weird. But someone invited you more likely in a sense that they think you could do well with this. Like they think, oh wow, man, he or she knows a lot of people. She, you know, is into health and fitness. She, you know, or he knows a lot about, you know, or maybe has a personality that's, you know, business minded or something. And again, like I said, if it's not the right timing, no big deal. But for me, you guys, I'll tell you my background in a few minutes. But this really started about 1.5 years ago. I was out at home and a guy called me and he said he wanted me to meet this young guy at Arizona State. Now I was going to Phoenix for some meetings in about a week or two, you know, from that call, and I said, okay, I'll meet him for lunch. So this kid Alex and I, we met up for about half an hour, and I told him my whole story, and I'll kind of go through a few minutes and keep it short. I know everybody has class and homework and stuff, but and I told him about the product and the concept of what we're doing. And this guy got so excited. I've never seen anybody this fired up about it. And what he got excited about was being able to make money, something he could do to start his own business, to start doing something to get ahead. You know, he was going to his senior year at ASU, worried about getting a job. I remember the first time I met him, he said, look, if I can get to 1,000 a month, and I met him May of 11. So actually, to this month, it's exactly 1.5 years. He said, if I can get to 1,000 a month by January, and 2,500 a month by the time I graduate, he's like, I would not even get a job. I'd do it full time. Logical. I mean, you know, he's looking for not having to get into a corporate setting. So I kind of, you know, got a game plan. I showed him the numbers. I told him exactly what to do. And basically, Alex, this kid who just finished at ASU, signed up or got 16 people he knows into this. So meaning the people that he thought, you know, would like the product, number one. Number two, people he thought that could do well in the business. This turned into well over 3,000 orders of this verve shipping out every month in his group, and this kid's making almost $5,000 a week. Now it's crazy when you hear about it, and he's in some of the videos, he's in the magazines and all that crap, but the point is he's become this big example or a success story within this whole idea, and that's why people our age are getting really excited about it. And let me explain a couple reasons why it's working. Number one, you know, we've been talking about it. If you watch the videos, you kind of, you know, spend some time. We're going to be hanging out all night. We wanted to have like a verve party and get to know everybody that's involved tonight. And I think when you stop and think about it, start asking around. It's a big issue. It's all over the media. 55% of kids our age are unemployed. Now, I'm not here to be like the bearer of bad news, but it's like, in a sense, maybe half this room can't find a job right now. I'm not talking about kids graduating Penn State. I'm talking about specifically right now. And we know that. We know how hard it is to find a good, good work, something that pays you and what you want to get, and especially while you're in school if it's part-time. So that's a big problem. Think about all the kids graduating from San Diego State, Penn State. We were at Altoona today. We were at the University of Delaware last night. About 150 young people our age came. A lot of them that were already on board, and people that were checking it out. And the response was great. They loved the taste, they liked the product, and I'll explain that and further. But so when you look at that issue, imagine all the kids graduating can't find work. Number two is, and you put 4 years in hard work in school, and it's like, damn, and it's not necessarily school, or it's not necessarily you or the company, it's the economy. It's what we're all dealing with, and it's not a good economy. Number two, student loans are now the #1 debt in America. You guys, it's all over the news. Romney talked about it. He said, half our kids can't find jobs, and now student loans are the #1 debt over credit card debt. You guys think about how many people in America have credit card debt. Now our loans, meaning for us to go to school, many kids, they don't have parents helping them. Many kids can't get grants or a scholarship, and the kids that have to work to live, they take out loans to go to school. Well, the problem is it's piling up and it's becoming an issue. And again, I think school's been making a lot of money on people our age. Why do you think these campuses are so damn big? But the principle